Many Indians are horrified that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is rebuilding the Indian capital's historic center during the COVID pandemic. The $1.8 billion revamp has sparked heated debate among politicians, architects, and heritage experts. Here are the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's overhaul of New Delhi's historic center was controversial even before the COVID-19 pandemic struck. CNN reports that since it was announced in 2019, the $1.8 billion Central Vista Redevelopment Project has been branded unduly expensive, environmentally irresponsible, and a threat to cultural heritage. And with Modi's elaborate new private residence, which comprises 10 buildings across 15 acres of land, among dozens of planned new government structures, many critics have slammed the scheme as an architectural vanity project that serves India's populist leader, not its people. This outrage has been brought into sharp focus by the coronavirus crisis. Amid a devastating second wave that has pushed the country's hospitals to a breaking point, opposition MP Rahul Gandhi took to Twitter to compare the cost of the project to the money needed to vaccinate 450 million Indians or purchase 10 million oxygen cylinders. Mr. Gandhi concluded his tweet by saying that Mr. Modi's ego is bigger than people's lives. Indian nationalists generally support the prioritization of the project, as the building's symbolism lies not only in its design, which alludes to the importance of triangles in the sacred geometries of several religions, but also in India's ability to complete large-scale infrastructure projects quickly and on schedule. If you'd like to learn more about the impressive and controversial construction projects, here are some more videos about famous and infamous structures. Construction on the world's first full-scale ship tunnel will soon get underway after the Norwegian government approved startup funds for the giant engineering project. The project, known as the Stad Ship Tunnel, is projected to cost around $350 million and will allow ships of up to 16,000 tons to navigate more safely through the notoriously stormy Stadhavet Sea. The tunnel itself will be 33 meters high and 36 meters wide, according to the Norwegian Coastal Administration. It will stretch 1.7 kilometers through the narrowest part of Norway's Stad Peninsula from Bergen to Ålesund, allowing ships to bypass an area considered to be Norway's most dangerous shipping zone. The Norwegian Coastal Administration received an assignment letter from the Ministry of Transport and Communications, which gives a green light to start preparations for construction. If everything goes well, the tunnel will be complete in 2025 or 2026, the administration said in a press release from late last month. The good news is that future cities will look less like this endless dense wasteland of tower blocks and more like this. Every cloud has a silver lining, and the good thing about the coronavirus cloud is that it has inspired a new city in China that will be much more beautiful and natural than the dense tower block cities of today. China said it will build this new neighborhood in Xiong'an near Beijing as a template for the rest of the huge new city. Xiong'an occupies a massive 2,000 square kilometers or 772 square miles, making it almost as big as London and New York combined. The Xiong'an area has been designated as an urban innovation zone by China's government, and it is envisioned that large parts of the new city will look like this new neighborhood. According to Vicente Gualart, whose Spanish company designed the new neighborhood, his team had to create the design during lockdown, having to work from their homes, physically cut off from each other and the world. That's why they decided to create a blueprint for a city that will be COVID-ready, enabling people to live in comfort during future virus lockdowns. The new COVID-friendly neighborhood will feature enclosed courtyards with lots of trees, large walking spaces, a communal swimming pool, rooftop farms, and large greenhouses. The buildings will have large windows to let in light, bigger balconies to allow easy drone deliveries, sloping roofs for solar panels, communal work and lounge areas, and food markets. The work and lounge areas will feature 3D printers and prototyping machines, which can be used to produce new products, possibly even from the building's recycled trash. Mr. Gualart said, "We cannot continue designing cities and buildings as if nothing had happened." He said the idea is to build homes that allow telework and teleeducation, have flexible spaces on large terraces, in buildings that can grow food on rooftops, and 3D print objects. The new COVID-ready design rolls three concepts into one, merging the traditional European mixed-use urban blocks, the Chinese modern tower blocks, and productive farming landscapes. Hong Kong's fascinating Central Island is about to get one of the world's greenest and most captivating tower buildings to add to its collection of skyscrapers. The new project has already broken ground and will stand at 2 Murray Road, in the heart of the Central Island's Central Business District. The 36-story tower was designed by Zaha Hadid Architects, and its energy-efficient design was already earned the building LEED Platinum and WELL Platinum pre-certification. as well as the highest 3-star rating of China's Green Building Rating Program. Inspired by the layered structure of a bauhinia bud, the flower from the Bauhinia blakana orchid tree featured on Hong Kong's flag, the glass skyscraper features a curved glass facade that will stand out from its more traditional boxy neighbors. The insulated glazing that wraps the building can withstand the region's powerful summer typhoons while reducing the cooling load of the building. Located at a junction of Hong Kong's network of elevated pedestrian walkways, the office tower has direct access to adjacent public gardens and parks. The building's base is elevated to create a sheltered courtyard of covered parks that link with surrounding parks and gardens. The surrounding nature is hereby invited inside as the natural outdoor areas flow into the generous communal spaces of the interior. The health of office workers will also be benefited by the building's air quality monitoring system, which automatically adjusts indoor air temperature, humidity, and fresh air volume to meet demand. The smart air quality monitoring system is one of several smart systems designed to reduce electricity demand. Smart chiller plant optimization, high-efficiency HVAC equipment, and daylight sensors, for instance, will achieve a 26% reduction in energy demand. Amazon is planning to build a 350-foot tall tower in the shape of a double helix as part of the second phase of its $2.5 billion headquarters in Arlington County in Virginia. CNN reports that construction on the first phase is already well underway at the site, and Amazon's plans for the second phase have just been submitted to authorities. Dubbed Penn Place, the newly unveiled proposal for the project's second phase will provide a further 2.8 million square feet of office space across 3 22-story buildings. The site's focal point will be the Helix, a tree-covered glass structure where a series of alternative work environments will be set amid indoor gardens and greenery from the nearby area. "We're doing a lot on the site to connect people to nature," said lead architect Dale Alberta in a video interview, adding that the design aims to symbolize both nature and science. "But with the Helix, we really take that to the extreme," Alberta said in the interview. A spiral hill climb will also allow employees and visitors to ascend the outside of the structure. You are looking at one of the finalist designs of the latest Young Architects competition. The competition brief challenged young architects to create an eye-catching campus for the Hyperloop movement in the Mojave Desert in Nevada. The idea was to design a campus that would not only help advance one of the most futuristic means of transit, but would also serve as a sanctuary of science. The latest Young Architects competitions resulted in one of the most interesting conceptual buildings ever imagined. The competition challenged young architects to design a beautiful and practical desert-located campus for the Hyperloop movement. You are looking at the design of Begum Aidinoglu, Mariana Custodio dos Santos, and Juan Carlos Naranjo. Unlike most buildings, which are usually a little more than rectangular blocks, this conceptual campus rises gradually and smoothly from the desert floor. The trio reimagined a seemingly inhospitable stretch of the Mojave Desert, North America's driest desert that stretches across 4 states, into an oasis. Their curvaceous Hyperloop test center is configured around 4 courtyards with water elements that support the growth of tall palm trees and other greenery. The looping building proposal is flanked by solar panel farms that generate renewable energy, while the courtyards are engineered for rainwater collection and grey water recycling.
Plans for a self-sustainable city of the future were presented at the Knowledge Summit 2019 in Dubai last month. And here's why that's important. The Italian firm Luca Corci Architects have proposed Vertical City, a project involving a self-sustaining zero-energy building that intends to house 25,000 people. The futuristic city proposes to be settled into the seabed close to the mainland, accessible by land, sea and air. The cylindrical residential building would be clad in photovoltaic glazing, a technology that produces electricity from sunlight. Natural light and ventilation will be promoted through hexagonal openings in the building. The vertical city targets low poverty, no noise, no pollution, desalinization of seawater, and producing 1,144,500 kilowatt hours of daily solar energy. According to the Italian firm, this new interpretation of urban development would allow its residents to be part of a healthier lifestyle through the connection with the surrounding natural elements. It would also allow residents to rethink the traditional concept of community and society. According to Luca Colocci Architects, the 750-meter tall residential skyscraper would consist of 10 modular layers, each layer consisting of 18 floors, including a mixture of homes, offices, stores, and other facilities. The building would also offer more than 200,000 square meters of green space, which includes the public garden at the top of the building. In addition to the 25,000 people housed within the central residential tower, the vertical city as a whole, including the 3 adjacent towers that house offices, government departments, healthcare facilities, and educational institutions, would service over 100,000 people who would travel to the city for work, school, and medical care. Luca Colocci described the plans as a new way of living. He said the proposal would be more sustainable, more interconnected, and most importantly, reduce poverty.
For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.